E-Biology class, Fatima Convent High School, myself, Dipali, Chapter 7, Control and Coordination, Class 10th. In this session, we are going to study about animal hormones. We understood that the control and coordination is done by two systems in our body. One is the nervous system and the other is the endocrine system. Now, what is this endocrine system and what is hormones? We already understood in the previous session that only the electrical impulse is not enough for control and coordination because it is a little bit slower system. And so we need another system which works with the help of chemical impulses. Now, these chemical impulses are generated with the help of chemicals called hormones. So, we can define hormones as the chemicals which are produced in the animals and help in control and coordination of various activities in the plants and animals. They are called as hormones. The speciality of this hormone is their production site and the functioning sites are different. Means they are produced at some one place, but their effect is seen on the other place. So let us now study in detail the hormones in animals. How are such chemicals or hormones means of information transmission used in animals? What do some animals, for instance, squirrels, experience when they are in a scary situation? Their body have to prepare for either fighting or running away. Both are very complicated activities that will use a great deal of energy in controlled way. Many different tissues type will be used and their activities integrate together for this action. However, two alternate activities, fighting and running, are also quite different. So, there is a situation in which some common preparation can be usefully made in the body. These preparations should ideally make it easier to do either activities in near future. How would this be achieved? Yes, this will be achieved with the help of the hormones. Now let us see if a body design in the squirrel relies only on electrical impulses via nervous cells, the range of tissues instructed to prepare for coming activity would be limited. On the other hand, if a chemical signal were to be sent as well, it would reach all cells of the body and provide wide ranging changes needed. This is done in many animals, including humans, human beings using a hormone called adrenaline that is secreted from adrenal gland. To locate these glands, adrenaline is secreted directly into the blood and carried to different parts of the body. So, it is actually called as fight or flight situation hormone. This is done in many animals, including humans, and adrenaline is secreted directly into the blood and is carried to different parts of the body. The target organs are or the specific tissue on which it acts includes a heart. As a result, the heart beats faster, resulting in supply of more oxygen to our muscles. The blood to the digestive system and skin is reduced due to contraction of muscles around small arteries in their organs. This diverts the blood to our skeletal system or skeletal muscle and the breathing rate also increases because of contraction of diaphragm and the rib muscles. All this response together enables animal to be ready to deal with the situation. Such animal hormones are part of endocrine system, which constitute a secondary way of control and coordination in our body. So, did you understand what is the importance of chemical hormones which are responsible for control and coordination as well? Now let us understand the characteristic properties of animal hormones. There are specific chemical compounds secreted from specific endocrine glands. Hormones are chemical coordinators. They show their action on specific target cells, tissues, or organs. They are transported through blood. Their secretion is extremely in small quantity. And hypersecretion or deficiency of hormone can lead to many disorders. So, did you understand what are these different hormones responsible for? Now, let us look into further details. Remember that plant has hormones that control their directional growth. What function do hormones perform in animals? On the face of it, we cannot imagine their role in directional growth because the hormones are not only responsible for growth in animals. We have never seen an animal growing more in one direction or the other, depending on light or gravity. But if we think about it a bit more, it will become evident that even in animal body, growth happens in carefully controlled places. Plants will grow leaves in many places on the plant body. For example, do we do not grow fingers on our face? No. Do we have hairs on our forehead? No. The size of the hairs on our eyebrows and our hairs are different. Why? How did this happen? This is due to specific hormones. The design of the body is carefully maintained even during growth of children. And so, let us examine some examples. Now we can see a figure here which is showing the endocrine glands in human beings, male and female. These are the different glands, specifically 7, which we in normal language even call it as chakras. These glands are the important glands which secrete various hormones, and these hormones are further used for chemical signaling in the body. So, let us examine some examples to understand how hormones help the coordinated body growth. We have all seen salt packets which can iodize salt or enrich with iodine. Why is it important for us to have iodized salt? In our diet, iodine is necessary for thyroid gland to make thyroxine hormones. Thyroxine regulates carbohydrate, proteins, and fat metabolism in the body so as to provide the best balance of growth. Iodine is essential for synthesis of thyroxine. In case iodine is deficient in our diet, there is a possibility that we might suffer from goiter. One of the symptoms of this disease is swollen neck. Can you correlate this with the position of the thyroid gland? Yes, it is relatedly present in the neck cavity or in the throat. That is, we can easily see in the figure. Thyroid glands. There is parathyroid glands and thymus as well, which are a part of thyroid glands. Sometimes we come across people who are either very short, dwarf, or extremely tall, giant. Have you ever wondered how this happens? Growth hormones is one of the hormones secreted by pituitary gland. As its name indicates, growth hormone regulates growth and development of the body. If there is a deficiency of this hormone in the childhood, it will lead to dwarfism. You can see the pituitary gland is situated in the brain part, and it is called the master gland of the body as well. Sometimes we must have noticed many dramatic changes in our appearance as well as that of our friends as we approach the age of 10 or 12 years. This age is called as puberty or adolescence. These changes associated with puberty are because of secretion of testosterone in males and estrogen in females. Do you know any other in your family or a friend who has been advised by the doctor to take less sugar? Yes, in their diet because they are suffering from diabetes. As a treatment, they might be taking injections of insulin. This is a hormone which is produced by the pancreas and help in regulating blood sugar level. If it is not secreted in proper amount, the sugar level in the blood rises causing many harmful effects. If it is so important that hormones help to secrete in precise quantity, we need a mechanism through which it is done. This timing and amount of hormone release are regulated by a feedback mechanism. For example, if the sugar level in blood rises, they are detected by cells of pancreas which respond to produce more insulin. As blood sugar level falls, insulin secretion is reduced. So, is this part clear with you? So, hormones related to growth, it is secreted by pituitary gland, and growth hormones regulate growth and development of the body. And thyroxine is secreted by thyroid gland. Iodine is essential for synthesis of thyroxine hormones, and thyroxine regulates carbohydrate, protein, and fat metabolism in the body. This is necessary for the balanced growth of our body. Now, which are the disorders related to the hormones? Gigantism. Due to excessive secretion of growth hormone, individual becomes extremely tall. Dwarfism. Deficiency of growth hormone in childhood leads to dwarfism very short. And goiter. Iodine deficiency in our diet affects the synthesis of thyroxine and cause goiter. Due to enlarged thyroid glands swelling in the neck region, and diabetes, if insulin is not secreted in appropriate amount, the sugar level rises in the blood causing diabetes. Is that very much clear to you? Now, let us see the feedback mechanism of regulation of hormones. Hormones should be secreted in precise quantity. If they are more, then also it causes disorder, and if they are less, then also it is called a disorder. The hyper or the hypo. The hyper stands for excess secretion, and the hypo stands for under secretion, which both are not appropriate for a human body. Now let us look into certain important hormones, the glands which secrete them, and the function of these hormones. First is growth hormone, secreted by pituitary gland, stimulates growth in the all organs. Then we have the thyroid gland, which secretes thyroxine. And it regulates metabolism for body growth. Then we have insulin, which is secreted by pancreas, which regulates blood sugar level. Then testosterone secretes testes, is responsible for development of secondary sexual characters in male. Then in the female, it is estrogen secreted by ovary and helps in development of female sex organs, regulates menstrual cycle, etc. Adrenal gland, it is responsible for prepares the body for an emergency. Conditions like either fight or flight, means if you have to fight or defend yourself or if you have to run away due to that danger. Then releasing hormone by hypothalamus. It stimulates pituitary gland, which is the master gland, to release hormones. Let us see a little bit more about hypothalamus. Hypothalamus plays an important role in the release of many hormones. For example, when the level of growth hormone is low, the hypothalamus releases growth hormone releasing factors which stimulates pituitary gland to release the other hormones. This is how the hormones help in control and coordination of our body. Now you will be able to answer the following questions. Thank you.